Just left an appointment, so I'm like heading back home now. And I was like, let me go live for a few minutes, just to touch base and just let y'all know, like, listen, you need CPR. You need CPR. And apologies if I'm not staring directly. It's because I'm driving, but almost home. But truly, you need CPR. If you feel like your life is stagnant right now, if you feel like you're not operating in your purpose, if you feel like you're not operating in your God-given kingdom assignment, you're not walking out your calling in life, you need CPR. And I'm not speaking about physical CPR, because as a nurse, I demonstrated CPR. I initiated CPR several times, many a times. And I now give spiritual CPR. What do I need? What do I mean by spiritual CPR? Spiritual CPR meaning you need clarity, right, on your purpose, so that you can redesign your life with a clear purpose roadmap. Okay, you need clarity, you need purpose, and you need a roadmap. All right, and so how do you do that? You gain clarity by first realigning with your creator. That's how you need clarity. And only your creator can give you the clarity that you are desiring, right? Oftentimes when you feel stuck, you feel unfulfilled, it's because you have no clarity. You have no idea like why you were created. And so this is why inside of my coaching program, I offer my CPR framework, because I'm going to help you to walk through. You're going to go through this 3-step framework, and you're going to be able to identify your purpose. You're going to have so much clarity on who it is that God has called you. And then you're going to literally be able to, the second phase of it is to redefine your identity. People are so confused with their identity. They don't know who they are. And so you are probably wrapped up in an identity where you're thinking, okay, yeah, like for me, for example, I'll just use myself because this was me. I was wrapped up in the identity as nurse and was not allowing any other identity to come in. But once I realigned, right, once I did the first step, realigning with my creator for clarity, God was able to show me, like, Janelle, I've called you, yeah, I've called you a nurse, but I've called you beyond just nursing in the 4 corners of the hospital. I've called you to nurse beyond that. And I didn't even get revelation of this until recently, this year. But what God did show me was that he's called me to be an author. He's called me to be a speaker. He's called me to be a business owner, entrepreneur, on top of everything else, right? And so it's like, you know, on top of being a mom and a wife, I'm now so much more. And, or I should say, I've now been able to have revelation, because God has already created, God literally made me capable of all these things, right? But it was just for me to develop myself, right? To become more capable. I had to step into my capabilities, right? My capacity, I should say. So God gave me the capability, but I had to become aware of my capacity. I had to expand my capacity so that I can hold more. Okay, and so yeah, so once you go through the first phase of realigning with your creator on who he's called you to be, then you will go into the second phase, which is to redefine your identity now with purpose, right? So you probably have, you know, just one identity. You're probably thinking, okay, yeah, I'm an employee at this whatever job, but you have to understand that God has given you more, and the more you realign with your Heavenly Father, is the more he's going to give you revelation of who he designed you to be. And so your purpose is plural, right? Your purpose is plural because you have different, your purpose for more, right? So your purpose to serve your husband as a wife, your purpose to serve your children as a mother, your purpose to serve, you know, within your field, your spectrum right now, maybe in your job as whatever, like a nurse or whatever you are. But you also have to understand that God is going to show you your capacity. He's going to show you that he's created you for so much more. And so yeah, so that's the second phase, right? To redefine your identity with purpose And then the third phase is now to redesign your life. Redesign your life. This is where you're taking the steps to now actually redesign. So God, you've realigned, you redefined, and now it's time to redesign. You have awareness now, right? You have awareness, so now you have to take action steps. How are you going to take action steps? And so in the first phase is where you're going to retrieve your God-given vision. You're going to literally sit with God and allow God to really just show you the vision that he has for your life. Not the one that you created for yourself, but no, the one that God truly has for you. And then you're going to, in the second phase of redefining, is where you're going to also believe. You're going to believe your God-given vision. And often we know that in order for you to receive your vision from God, you have to believe it. It all starts with believe. And so in the last phase is where, in the second phase, you're believing it. This is where you're rewiring your brain. And then in the third phase is where you're actually receiving it. Because according to Mark 11:24, for you to receive, you must believe. This is Jesus's word. Okay, he says, for you to receive, you must believe. He says, just believe. He says, fear not, just believe. If you believe that this mountain will move from here to there, if you believe that without doubting in your heart, you're going to receive what it is that you believe. And there was another part in the Bible too, I believe it's in Matthew, where Jesus was speaking to the soldier, and he says to him, he's like, let it be done unto you according to your belief. So it really just, whatever you want in this life, I'm telling you, as long as it's in alignment with God's will, if you believe, you will receive. All right. And so we are not ever we're not working towards the vision. We're always working from the vision. Always working from the vision, because it's already done. God sits outside of time. God sits outside of time. So if God has given you the vision, it's already done. He's just waiting for you to become the person, right? He's waiting for you to expand your capacity so that you can actually hold what it is that God has given to you. Because if it's too heavy, and you're going to drop it. And so he's waiting on you. He's waiting on you to become the person. And so you have to understand that in the third phase of the CPR framework, you're literally going to be redesigning your life with a clear purpose roadmap, because the vision that God has given to you, you're now going to break that vision down into goals. And then you're going to reverse engineer it, right? You're going to break that vision down into goals, right? So you have a 3-year vision. Now you have some goals that you want to achieve in 3 years, but you're going to now break that into goals, reverse engineer it from a 3-year vision. And so say, for example, you want to buy a house in 3 years, right? That's your 3-year vision. You want to buy a house. You want to be in your own property. So you would say, okay, you're going to break it down. You're going to break it down to 3 years, to every year, right? You're going to break that 3-year vision into yearly visions, and into yearly goals, I should say. And so each year you have a goal. So maybe the first year you're like, all right, boom, I'm going to save up $20,000 or $10,000, right? Save the first year, you're going to save up $10,000. The second year, you're going to save up $20,000, right? This is for your deposit of your dream home, right? So the next year you have $20,000. So that right there is $30,000. And then you know that third year, you're going to have to save up $30,000. Say for instance, your deposit is $60,000 for your dream home. $60,000 deposit. So you know you got to reverse engineer that, break it down. And this is what I mean by having a clear roadmap. God gave you the vision. He's shown you the vision. It's already done. But now you have to do your part, right? You do what you can in the natural, and God will put his super on your natural. And you are going to see like God move. You do what you can on your end, and God will do what he can, right? God is going to do what you cannot do. You do what you can do. God is going to do what you cannot do, right? And then you're going to see, but you have to work with God. You can't just say, oh yeah, God gave me the vision. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to twiddle my thumbs and I'm going to just wait for it to come to pass. No, we are co-laboring with Christ according to his word. We are called to co-labor with Christ. And so that means that we're partners, right? We're partners. We're co-creators. God made us creators as well. We are made in his image. And so if God is a creator, so are we. And so he's given us the mind. If we just believe, he's given us the mind to truly co-create our lives with him. God has his will, and then we have free will as well. And so if we want to, we have free will, right? And so if we want to be out here doing whatever it is that we want to do, okay, God is going to allow us to do that because it's free will. We're not robots. However, if you submit to God's will for your life, you're going to see how he's going to elevate you, because you're now realigned with God's will for you, right? And so it's so important for you to understand that, right? So you want to literally reverse engineer your goals, break it down into, now that yearly goal, you're going to break it down into quarterly goals, right? And then you're going to break it down into monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals, so that you have an actionable plan that you're doing today to meet your 3-year goal, right? It starts today. What are you doing today to get to the vision? What are you doing today to really execute your goal? And so you have a goal of starting a business, but you're not researching, you're not really developing, you're not learning any new skills. You're not learning who you can serve with your business. You're not learning who you are, right? Because you don't ever want to start a business that doesn't truly align with your purpose, with your God-given purpose. It's so important that you align your passions with your proficiencies to discover your purpose. And then once you discover your purpose, then you can create a business that goes in alignment with your God-given purpose. Otherwise, it's going to feel like another job to you. It's going to feel like it's just pulling from you. All right. So yeah, I just want to really stress the importance of really discovering your purpose before jumping into any old business. You don't want to do that, because you're not going to be able to sustain it. You're not going to be able to sustain it, because when you are truly operating in your purpose, when you are not, business is not an easy thing, right? It's not an easy thing. Like, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Entrepreneurship is not a bed of roses. It's not it's not super duper easy. It gets easier over time because you are becoming the person to do the things, right? The be, do, have. You're becoming the person to do the things so that you can have the things that you want to have, right? That's in Genesis 1:28. God told Adam, he says, be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth, fill the earth, have dominion. And so first you got to be fruitful, right? God has already blessed you. Ephesians 1:6, God says, I've blessed you with every spiritual blessing in the heavenly places. So you're already blessed, but now you have to just do the things so that you can have what it is that God wants you to have. You got to multiply those seeds, right? That he's given you. You have to fill the earth. You have to subdue it so that you can have dominion over your kingdom assignment. And so you have to become the person first. And that's why a lot of people fail, because they're constantly doing. They're being human doings instead of being. You have to be the person. You're never going to sustain the activity that you need to be profitable if you're not if you don't identify as that person yet. If you don't identify as a disciplined person, you'll never be disciplined. You have to identify as a person who is disciplined. Discipline meaning you're going to do things even when you don't feel like doing it, because you understand that every action that you take today leads to your destiny. When you have that revelation and you know that everything you do in the moment by moment, the things you do, who wants to go to the gym and really work out? That's stress on the body, right? But we understand the benefits of it, which is why we do it, right? That's discipline. That requires discipline. And so oftentimes it's like, you're not going to feel like doing things all the time, but that's a part of it. Like, if you want to be successful in life, no matter what it is, not even just with your business, but anything in your life, you have to become the person. You have to understand that success is 95% spiritual. You have to have faith. You have to have discipline. You have to have drive. You have to have consistency. You have to have perseverance. This is what's going to allot for success. You can't expect to have success. if you're not spiritually inclined and spiritually developed, right? This is all mental. You have to be confident, right? You got to overcome your fears and do it anyway. It's really, really, really important to understand that anything you want in life, it requires you spiritually developing yourself and really understanding who you are, identifying as a person who's disciplined. Because I know that I'm a disciplined woman, and because I understand my values, I understand that I value the temple that God has given to me, and because I know that I'm a woman that is disciplined, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym, right? Or I should say, I'm going to work out. I'm not someone that goes to the gym. I don't necessarily love the gym. I do my home workouts because that's more convenient for me, being a mom who homeschools. It's just easier and just more convenient for myself to do home workouts 3 days a week because I'm homeschooling my daughter. And so for me, that's what works for me. But because I know I value my temple, and because I know that I'm a woman that's disciplined, I make sure that I show up for myself because I understand the destiny that awaits, right? I understand what's ahead. If I'm not disciplined and I don't steward my body well, steward my temple well, then it's not going to be healthy, right? And so that's just one example. But the 3 steps, I'm going to go through the 3 steps again, and then I'm going to jump off of here. So the 3 steps to really, 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 truly redesign your life, it is the CPR framework. And it's to have clarity, right? Realign with your creator for clarity. You want to then redefine your identity with purpose. Once you realign with your creator, only your creator can tell you why he created you. God is going to tell you why you've been created. And then that's when you're going to understand your true identity. And then from there, once you understand your identity and your purpose, then you're able to redesign your life, right? You realign, redefine, redesign your life with a clear roadmap. That roadmap is the vision broken down into goals so that you can execute it. You're literally reverse engineering the vision. And I actually have a link in my description for my vision roadmap. It's a powerful, powerful tool. It helps you to sit with God and retrieve your God-given vision. And then you are able to reverse engineer that vision, and so that you can now start to take steps every single day. What am I doing today that's working towards my vision for the future? You have to see it, and then you have to literally step out. See it, speak it, step. See it in faith, speak it in faith, and then step out in faith. And why I say it in faith is because with our brains, the way our minds actually work, right? With neuroplasticity, it requires repetition. And so this is why, when you have a morning routine, it's so important to have a morning routine where you are sitting with your Heavenly Father and you are